Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Crew and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, Lou and Frey, Jaw the Dragon, and, of course, the upcoming American Evil. The book that I just cracked 113,000 words on. So, yeah, really excited for that. It's coming along really well. I'm really curious, like, at what point I'll have the book finished, because I don't know. I kind of consciously decided to, like, scale back on some of my plans for it. But I think it might be for the best, because I think the big thing I had this week was that I was just like, okay, there are too many characters. I need to stop adding more. I need to do more stuff with the characters already established. And now that I'm doing that, I'm really, really happy with it. So we'll see if I can keep up the momentum. I didn't feel like I did a lot this week, to be completely honest with you. Like, I was going to stay up all night and just, like, all I was gonna do was write, but instead I ended up like spending like 8 hours doing Ricada retardation. That Ricada video I did took like several hours to sit through. Like, it was so obnoxious having to sit through that. Like, listen to Drexel talk about his nonsense, listening to Nick, like, posture. Like, it was awful. I was so bored by the 3-hour mark, but it was a 7-hour live stream, and I had to watch it all to screen it. What are they doing? It's ridiculous. Dragon Quest Monsters really is not funny at all. Like, I don't know how. Wow, that was completely pointless. Really, really, wow. Yeah, it wasn't the editing that was the problem. The editing went by really quickly. The issue was that I was sitting through a 7-hour long live stream in like a single day, basically. So I sat through like 7 hours of Nick Ricada, Drexel, Keon, and this guy named Josh. Where are we? Here we go. Like, I watched 7 hours of them just talking all this nonsense about red-pilled ideology and women and stuff like that, and just, I don't know, man. Now that you know, like, a little bit more about what Nick and Drexel are like, those streams aren't fun anymore. Like, the first time I watched it, I had a blast. That was one of those streams that I really, really loved watching back in the day. Like, it was so much fun. And, it was so much fun the first time I watched it. And now I'm just kind of like, ugh. Now that I'm older and, like, kind of understand, like, I have a bit more perspective, right? I do kind of... No, it was not Jenny Josh. It was a lawyer Josh. Yeah, there are actually lots of live streams with, like, Null and Drex together. I remember Null claiming that he's never spoken to Drexel before on a stream. So I don't know like if he just didn't remember, but like I don't know. Like anyway, like I don't know. I'm curious as to what those streams are like because I remember watching the Chris Chan one and like just being completely baffled at how bad Null is at explaining Chris Chan to like normies. Like Null's entire life revolves around Chris, and yet he can't explain who Chris is to people who haven't heard of him before. Like it's ridiculous. Like I suppose that comes with being autistic, but I just don't. I really feel as if Null is just terrible at that. Like explaining Chris Chan to normies. In general, like I feel like everyone who like follows Chris and it cares about him like does a really bad job of explaining who Chris is. And I don't know, like the thing about Chris in like the modern era, he's not special, right? Like everyone else knows someone like Chris. Like he's not some novelty, right? In like the current era, he just kind of exists. He's not like some like mythical creature that's barely understood by man. No, like there are a lot of people like him. He is essentially like the average trans person, right? Male to female. Like they're all kind of like Chris. Like right down to like the whole obsessing over female stuff. Like that's it's not unusual is the thing. Like well, we're finally starting to understand what the problem is, right? Right, Chris was never given any responsibility. He was never expected to do anything for himself. Like his parents like ruined him, and that's where he is now. I don't know. Like the Christian community is like messed up. Like I think the average YouTuber that follows Chris like refers to him with like female pronouns now, which is just laughable to me. That makes no sense to me at all. Um, like I just feel I just feel more and more like I don't know. The Chris stuff is like played out, like it has been for a long time, and it's so frustrating to me that like Kiwi Farms is like exists. Like I was just looking at it today, like the Ricada thread. Like people are like legit sitting there trying to tell us that like Ricada's slowing down, nothing's happening, blah 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 blah. Like Ricada's learning his lesson, blah blah blah. They're like doing that right now. And yet, like, Ricada is, like, the most active thread on the forum, I think. Like, by far. Like, at least on, like, the Griff Wars sub-forum, like, every time I check it, like, he's always at the top. Right? Like, every single time. And yet you're seriously having people, like, come out saying that, like, oh man, he's not doing anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's doing stuff all the time. Like, you could just type in Alyssa clips and, like, what was the last thing she was doing? Alyssa clips. Party virgin. Yeah, he's trying to convince people that he didn't party growing up, which we like know isn't true, considering all of his college stories. I guess we could play it real quick. Hang on, I had my Epic Gamer headphones in, but let's see, Alyssa. Yeah, I was thinking that like this should be a Ricada stream because I haven't really talked about him on LeeLive yet. I mean, I just uploaded like this epic 30-minute Ricada retardation, so that I spent all night editing, by the way. So I'm kind of upset about that. Did not get nearly as much work on American Evil done as I wanted to because of Nick Ricada of all people. That's so frustrating. Like I really, really wanted to work more on it, but oh well. I mean, I feel like I'm making more progress on American Evil than I think I am. Like a couple of weeks ago, I was saying I was nowhere near done, but now it feels like I'm kind of nearing the end. So I'm kind of wondering about that, like how it's gonna look when it's finished. But anyway,
well, considering I didn't really party at all until I was 40, I mean that's not hard to do.
Like you didn't party at all until you were 40. Like what about the underwear parties? What about the constant trips with your wife? Like what about that trip you took out to Florida? I think it was Miami, right? Where you're on that, like, that was just after the COVID lockdowns ended. it was you, Ethan, Ralph. I think Drexel was there. Like, like that wasn't a party to you. Like, how do you define a party exactly? Like, what are you talking about?
Uh, yeah, so you had parties at your house with kids. That is what my parents did. No, not really, actually. I think we had one, I can remember one party we had. It wasn't really, I mean, it wasn't a party in the sense that most people think with our first kid. That was our moving away party, where we had like one last get together with our friends.
Like, who's believing this? That he's never partied? Like, that's such a ridiculous thing to say. Like, who are you trying to fool, Nick? Wait, hang on, where are we? Okay. Yeah. That's one of the things I hate about this game is that I have no idea where I'm going. But okay.
I can't remember what I think we watched some fights. I think we watched some MMA and had a bunch of chicken fingers, chicken wings, or chicken strips from Cane's. And hung out. It was very low key.
Oh yeah, yeah. How dare parties not be this big epic thing? How dare you just get a couple of friends together and chill? You know, like how dare it not be like the time of everyone's lives? Like how dare it be something other than like pure degenerate debauchery? Like, yeah, we just hung around for a bit. Yeah, you're very fortunate. You have people that want to hang out with you, Nick, who care about you. Like, show them some more appreciation.
Much back then.
What is this?
So,
Okay.
So we didn't like sit around chugging booze or anything. We just sat around eating and laughing and watching stuff.
That's all you need, Nick.
It's not.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I really didn't do. In college, there was a little bit like silly, fun stuff. Mostly just to get cheerleaders into the room. Key. It's a key goal there.
Okay, what biological sex were those cheerleaders, Nick? Like, I really, really want to hear the answer to that. Yeah, Elliot Page. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, that's pretty typical for people in that sphere. She is not the first.
Really, not a lot of partying in life. It's always funny to like find out what other people did.
I don't know. Like, I don't think you should get hung up on like what other people did and didn't do, right? Like that's something I've been thinking about a lot. Is that like, you know, I don't have the same experience that other people had in high school and in my early 20s, even now, honestly. And it's one of those things where I'm just like, was I really missing out on anything? Because, you know, I didn't care about these people. I didn't want to be around them. You know, I was having problems at home and stuff like that. Like, at that time, I was exactly where I needed to be, right? And more and more, like, at the time, I felt, like, really left out of everything. And I really was, like, striving for normalcy, right? That was the big thing that kind of drove me throughout, like, high school, was that this idea that, like, yeah, I have to be normal. I have to succeed. I have to do this. And, like, in the end, I ended up going in a completely ridiculous direction. And with the books and stuff like that, like, focusing on writing, neglecting academics, neglecting athletics, neglecting, like, all this stuff that really did not matter to me. And I think I did absolutely the right thing. Absolutely. The only real problem I had was that there was no one there to support me at any step of the way. And I'll always, like, be kind of bitter about that. But, like, at the end of the day, it's like, the reason why no one was there is because nobody saw value in being there for me or supporting me, right? It was them that was the problem. Here we go. Let's see if we can go around.
I mean, they were younger. You go, I missed that.
Is he talking about Drexel? Because I'm pretty sure at this point Drexel was his only real friend. He doesn't seem to ever talk about anyone else or mention anything else that happens. Like, he's just like, oh man, everybody else was partying all the time. Like, no, they weren't. Like, I think you would be surprised at how, like, few people actually party in high school and college. At least the way that, like, it's depicted in movies and TV and stuff like that. Like, I I imagine if I had been invited to those parties, I just wouldn't have gone, right? Because I wouldn't have gotten the value out of it. It wouldn't have been fun. Like, it wouldn't have meant anything to me. Like, I wanted to go to be, like, closer to other people, but, yeah, that was never going to happen. And I think even then I kind of understood that. Nick's stories were aging worse than he was, so now it's time for the gradual retcon to prepare for the full denial that he ever said it. Yeah, it's weird how often he's like been trying to scale back like some of the things he said in the past, things that we know are true. It's like he thinks if he lies long enough, like people will believe him, but I think too many people are aware that what he's like and how chronically he lies, because he's a really, really good liar. I would say he's like, I would argue he might actually believe the nonsense himself spouts, because like it's all pretty consistent and it all makes a whole lot of sense. Like the issue is that like when his mask slips and he starts like talking about like how he really feels about things, how he resents his wife and family and stuff like that, like that's not something you would notice unless you were looking for it. It's very much like Drexel in this regard. I suppose this is like typical like upper middle class kind of like the way people behave, where they like pretend to be normal for like social reasons, but like in reality they're all kind of like messed up in their own ways. And yeah, both of them just have this tendency to just try and manipulate other people into thinking that that they have some deep insights to say about society, right? Relationships in particular. They both have that like obsession with sex, and they both kind of express it differently. I think Drexel is a lot more overt about it, and then Nick tries to play it cool, like he doesn't actually like do, or at least he didn't used to like openly like desire that lifestyle for himself. I'm sure he always wanted to do it, but yeah, I think he just simply wasn't allowed to. The way it sounds, the way he talks about like how his life turned out, like he was always kept busy. He was always like made to do things, and I suppose he kind of resents that well into adulthood. I don't know. It's I saw him like talk a little bit about like raising his kids on the live stream I watched today, like the really old one, the one I just did a Ricketta retardation on, and he's talking about like raising the kids, and he's talking about like the necessity of telling them no. That even though that he can technically afford like anything they want, like they have to learn like responsibility and stuff like that. And it's like it's so weird because he seems so sincere about that. And like I don't know, like watching that live stream, it really made me realize how far he's fallen over the past couple of years. Right? Like watching this older Nick, like seeing him actually be funny, like legitimately funny, and having like fun dynamics with like all these different people who aren't like complete sycophants. Because you'll watch this live stream and you'll see that like Peacock, Josh, Drexel, they all like disagree with him on certain things, and they actually have like a real conversation about their takes and stuff like that. It feels like so much more involved. It feels like there's what the fuck? It feels like it's a lot more of a actual conversation between lawyers, right? As opposed to what it is now, or where it's just kind of devolved into just this complete disaster that of epic proportions. That is Ricketta Law, which was never a law channel according to Nick. Which, by the way, is like has to be like the stupidest thing I think I've ever seen any YouTuber try to claim. That is up there with like Power World wasn't ripped off from Pokemon. Like that's just so dumb. Ah, no, I still haven't seen American Movie. Like it's interesting because I watched a couple of scenes online. Like I actually watched that like some of the Family Guy parody clips. Apparently there have been a couple over the years. So like I feel like I understand the movie very well. I've seen some documentaries on it, like Red Pill documentaries on it, which I find really interesting. I have not watched it myself yet though. Like my impression of this, interestingly, is that like American Evil is actually like the anti-American Beauty. Like this is just my impression. I've talked about this before, but American Evil seems like it's shaping up to be the anti-American Beauty, which is really interesting. But yeah, I really do need to see it. I would love to do it. Right now, though, man, I have so much stuff to watch. I have such a backlog of things I really legitimately want to watch. I sat down last night, watched an episode of SWAT Cats, which was Kino, by the way. Legit might be my favorite kid show. I can't think of anything else that like I like more than that. That stuff was like amazing. It's weird because I don't remember like any of these episodes, but I remember watching the show and how cool it was. Like maybe it was like the later seasons or the later season or something. But yeah, I always love SWAT Cats. That stuff was awesome. I love SWAT Cats. And then I'm like thinking that like maybe I'll watch like Thundercats 2 or whatever. I bought Digimon Adventure finally. Like how long has it been since I like said I wanted to watch Digimon Adventure? Never got around to it. I bought it. First season like $18 or something. 18, $19. Don't regret it at all. Like I watched like half the first episode, and it's like it's still so like it's shocking how good that show is. Like even right from the start, you have like the cool character, you have the cool art and the monsters and just like the likable characters. Like it's shocking how much it comes back to me. Like I don't remember watching Digimon like when I was really young. Like I don't remember when it first aired. Like it would have been like 99, right? 98. I don't think I watched it when it was first airing. I remember watching it on Disney later, but I definitely was familiar with it before that. So I'm kind of confused about like my history with this series. I guess they must have reran some of the older episodes alongside like Tamers and Frontier or whatever. Because I remember seeing like all of those series like airing like simultaneously, and just being like kind of confused by how much Digimon there was. Yeah, I think I'll definitely watch up until like Frontiers. I was saying that about Power Rangers for the longest time. That like, oh, I'm gonna watch all the way up until the end of SPD, and I never actually did any of that. I don't even think I got to the end of Mighty Morphin. Like every time I watch Power Rangers, I like get up to like the end of the Green Ranger saga and then just kind of stop, because that's when it peaks. Really, that's all you really need to see to understand what Power Rangers is. So it's like, I don't know, man. That stuff is Kino. Like I love it, but it's like, oh man, I struggle so much to get through it. It's so, and then not all seasons are good, right? So it's, I don't know. It's been difficult getting back into Power Rangers, and I've been interested since the Wonderful 101 came out. Like it's legit been like 10 years since I really decided I want to get back into Power Rangers, and I just never did it. And now it's like fallen off, I think for good. Jason David Frank is dead, unfortunately. Like, I don't think it's ever going to recover from that. I mean, not that it should stay relevant, considering what I've heard about, like, the newer seasons and stuff like that. It went woke, so yeah, it needs to go. But, I don't know. I'm curious. Like, I used to hear about it all the time, like, when Dino Charge was ending and stuff like that. But now I haven't heard anything about it at all. Like I think I only knew about like the whole wokeness thing because like VGL was talking about it. Like I saw a live stream from him where he was whining. He was like talking about people whining about it. But I don't know, man. Like I don't want to consume stuff just because it exists. I really want to like watch shows that legit are great. And I think like Digimon is that. I think SWAT Cats is that. I think there are like legit good shows out there, but it's like for me, it's like it's just really difficult getting caught up on everything. Like I'm working all the time. Like the reason I didn't watch that all of that first episode of Digimon was, well, first of all, like I've seen that episode so many times that I have it pretty much memorized, and like secondly, it's like I just wanted to do something else. Like I wanted to write. I wanted to like do other things. It's just like, I just don't like sitting and watching shows. Like I've been reading a lot more than I used to, for sure. Like I've been going to the bookstore and reading a lot during the weekend. But like, yeah, when I'm at home, like, ugh, Like, I don't watch anything. Like, I play Dragon Quest Monsters and watch, listen to a lot of ASMR and stuff like that. A lot of audiobooks too, but yeah, I don't watch a lot of shows. It just feels like I have to pay more attention to it, and it just doesn't work for me. Yeah, SWAT Cats is like the best thing ever. It's so good. It's basically just like Star Fox. It really is like the exact same thing. I'm shocked that like they don't seem to have influenced each other at all. Like, because there seems like there's a lot of overlap. It is Star Fox, but with cats. It is like the opposite of Star Fox. It's really good. The monsters are so creative. The music is great. The animation is great. Like, it's shocking how much better '90s animation is than the stuff that gets made today. Like, even back in the '90s, I felt that way. Like, why do modern like shows look so bad? Like, they really aren't cultivating their talents at all. Like, it's so frustrating, and like, you just know that like most kids are either watching anime or they're watching like older cartoons. Because that's what I did. Like, I didn't watch modern stuff at all. Like, the instant like I discovered Boomerang was a thing, I never watched Cartoon Network proper again. Like, it was always the old stuff. And I believe that's where I first saw SWAT Cats. I don't know. I'm sure Boomerang has fallen off too. Because now I think they're like re-airing the old episodes of like cartoons in the 2000s. We're at the point where like people are like the old cartoons aren't good either. So I don't know. I guess you could specify '90s cartoons instead of just saying old cartoons. But it's like, yeah, it's frustrating. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can watch Spy Family and you can see that like how much more better animated it is, how much like likable the characters are, how much like work and effort puts into like each episode. Like, Spy Family is just like so good of an anime, better than the manga in my opinion. And I just don't. I don't think any modern cartoon like even comes close to that. It's just like what even tries? Like, I was thinking that like I'm thinking a lot lately about how Spy Family is like essentially the opposite of The Simpsons. How it portrays this like ideal like Western family as opposed to like Simpsons like cynical view of it. And I feel like Spy Family does a way better job, like tackling real topics, real issues, real problems that like parents have to go through, and real accomplishments. Like, The Simpsons really wants you to believe that like people actually act like they do in the show, and that just isn't true at all. And like Spy Family is exaggerated, but it feels a lot more like relatable to me, for sure. I don't know. I have a massive hate boner for The Simpsons. I've talked about this a lot, but yeah, like again, even back when I was a kid, I preferred anime. I preferred like Japanese video games. I preferred this stuff. Yeah, because it was better. It wasn't just me being hyperbolic. Like, I don't. I think I've told this story before recently, but I did not realize that these shows were Japanese until I saw Zatch Bell, and the characters legit like stated they were from Japan. Like, it was that episode where like the Duckbill kid comes to fight Zatch because he thinks he sucks. He thinks he can beat him, and then they talk about like the world and stuff like that. I remember like I'd never heard of Italy before, and I only had heard of Japan because my dad hates Japan. So it was weird to me that like something I liked so much was hated by the people around me. It's something that I don't know. It was a really interesting experience. Yeah, Zatch Bell has been like on my list to rewatch or reread forever, but for some reason there's no manga volumes. There's no anime ever. Like, I can't get a hold of this show, and it feels like it's like the one anime I grew up watching that I cannot get a hold of now. And it's like my absolute favorite. Like, it's the one that like I watched that really got me into anime as a concept. It's the one that I realized what anime was. Japanese animation. Right? That show was really important to me. And I haven't watched it since I was like, yeah, since it stopped airing on Cartoon Network, I think. Yeah, I think they canceled it like in the middle of the English run. I don't think they ever finished it. It was when like the last episode I remember watching was when they were in the castle and like Brago and his the girl, best character by the way, the girl. I don't know. In general, I think the characters all had like really good backstories, but I think the girl was my favorite. I remember getting so into it when I watched this show, and yeah, I remember them like fighting like the thousand like the 50 Momotos that were like brought back from the ancient world or something that were all like stated to be way more powerful than Momotos today, and they just like stomped them all. Like I remember that being the last episode I ever watched, and they were building up like Brago to be like the final antagonist they had to fight or some shit, and I was like, I was so mad even then that like I didn't see anything more after that, and I'm still salty. I think I looked up like spoilers on Wikipedia or something. But like, yeah, I've never seen it since then. It's so frustrating. There were a lot of shows like that. Like, I think I've told this story of like watching Power Rangers SPD, getting all the way to like the second to last episode. Like you see like Kruger just standing there in like the jail cell, and then like it cuts over to like the next cell, and it shows his wife who he thought he was dead, and then he says her name, Cecilia, and then it like fades to black, and then I never saw the conclusion. I'm like, no, like why? And then like I saw the first episode of Mystic Force, and it sucked so badly that I didn't watch Power Rangers after that. Harry Potter. I remember being like upset with Mystic Force because it wasn't enough like Harry Potter, in my opinion. Like it felt like too much like generic fantasy. But like, yeah. like I never ever saw the ending to SPD while it was airing. Like I just didn't see it. And then they started Mystic Force, which felt like way too soon. Like again, I hadn't seen the ending. Like what was the? I don't know. I never kept up with shows all that much. Like I think I might have seen like the ending to Time Force when it aired, and that was it. And to be fair, like the ending to Time Force is like Kino, where like they're on the beach or whatever, and then like the Pink Ranger, Jen, who has always been my favorite by the way, she admits like after a season of being like a classic tsundere like stereotype, she admits she's in love with like the Red Ranger. I think his name is Will, right? Is that right, Will? I don't know. Time Force was like amazing from what I remember, but I don't know. Like again, that's definitely something I would definitely want to watch Time Force again. I was like seriously considering like skipping like through the seasons to get to like Time Force, to get to like Lost Galaxy, to get to like the stuff I actually care about. Because I didn't grow up with Turbo or Zero or like any of that stuff. Like I like the original run of Mighty Morphin, but like I think I lean more towards like In Space, Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed, and Time Force. I think those were my favorites. And then I watched like Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm 2, mostly because the girls were hot. Like, is it just me, or did like the girls get hotter like after they made the shift to New Zealand? Like, I feel like that is 100% like accurate. Like, I'm not just bullshitting you. Like, I think that was the case. Yeah, I gotta watch Kamen Rider for sure. Like I have Kamen Rider Black Sun on my watch list. I put it on the background like a while ago. I talked about this when it happened. Like I talked about it like, I had it on in the background. I just put it on, not expecting much, and then like I look up, and then like the Kamen Rider is like ripping out a monster's guts with its hand or something, and I'm just like, what am I watching? It was like the coolest thing I've ever seen, but I was kind of confused by it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it for sure. In general, I just wish I had more time to keep up with this stuff. Yeah, I'm still cycleless because I am carless and can't take my bike to the shop to have it repaired because I don't know what's wrong with it. Here we go. Yeah, I'm still. Don't even get me started on the bike thing. I'm so furious. Like, I'm mad about the car thing, but the bike thing is even worse. Uh, I mean the bike thing and the car thing going hand in hand, but it's like, okay, come on. Hey, what is this? Okay, this guy's gonna come after me. What is this guy doing up here? Whatever. Yeah, the big thing right now is I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to get a car. It's like the way things look now, it might be like a couple years, and that's such a long time to wait for something like that. Something I absolutely need to have. Like, I was just thinking how like a band I like. I was just looking at band tickets for a band I like. They're gonna have a concert in my local city, and I was gonna go, but then like I don't want to go without a car. And then I've never been there before, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Can I drive in the city? I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about that. And it's not like I have anybody to go with. So it's like, it's one of those situations where I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it's right, like the concert hall is like right in the middle of the city too. And I'm just like, really? It couldn't be on like right on the edge? Like, I could just like, no, I had to drive through the streets. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about that. It's probably not that big of a deal, but like, when I've never been there before. Like, I'm worried I'm going to get attacked by Antifa or some shit. Yeah, I'll definitely have to see, like, yeah, the car is definitely my next major purchase. Like, I'm putting off everything else until I can get this thing, like, in my driveway. Like, I 100% need a new one, and I need it, like, well, technically I needed it, like, 10 years ago. But, like, yeah, definitely going to put everything aside until I figure it out. It is 100% going to be my next major purchase. Okay. Yeah, I can't wait. It's been a long time coming, but there we go. Where am I going? Yeah, this is a LeeLive, but I'm playing Dragon Quest Monsters, if you didn't know. Like, I keep playing this game. I don't know what it is. But, like, every time I have, like, a free moment, I'm just like, oh, it's time to play some Dragon Quest Monsters. It's really easy to just, like, boot the game up and then, like, spend half an hour just, like, grinding or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I legit thought, like, when I was at work this week that I wouldn't play the game again. Like, I legit thought, like, about giving up. And then, like, the instant I have my weekend starts, like, I just boot it up, spend, like, another 5 hours playing it. Like, what did I start at? I spent all of Thursday playing it. Thursday night playing it. Yeah, I think it might have been, like, 10 hours this weekend. I'm at, like, 27 hours now. I was at 23 a couple of days ago. So I think it was, like, yeah, it might be, like, about 10 hours this weekend total. Oops, here we go. My dream car? Well, I mean, that was the idea, but, like, the old one completely failed on me before I could, like, pick one out. I don't know. Like, that's kind of the problem, is that, like, I don't want anything I'm not happy with. But I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable buying, like, a cheaper car. It just feels like, I don't know. I need more time. Like, I really wanted, like, another 5 years out of the car I was driving. But no, the idiot mechanics wouldn't repair it. Nobody would help me figure out what was wrong with it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. Because my parents wouldn't teach me. They wouldn't help me at all. And it's not like I'm asking them for money or anything. It's entirely about, like, getting the car to the location and having it repaired. And they just haven't helped me with that, even though they have the capability to do that. Here we go. Okay. But no, they have plenty of time and money to go to Hawaii to not do anything for me at all. Here we go. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it's probably not that big of a deal, honestly. Like, I knew what was wrong with it. Uh, but yeah, at this point, it's probably a lost cause. Probably. Uh, I don't know. At this point, I expect it's gonna have like worse problems. But yeah, we'll see. Again, I'm not gonna let this happen again. So, oops. Oh, here we go. I hate these gimmicky dungeons. Like, just let me walk to the boss. Like, have it be a Pokemon gym. Why do I have to go through these elaborate? I don't know. This is the most frustrated I've ever been with a Dragon Quest. With a Dragon Quest dungeon. It's like they're all so annoying. Okay, let's see. Like, how are you supposed to figure this out? Like, you go around in circles until you just happen, like, to stumble across, like, what you're supposed to do. It's crazy. Like, it's so elaborate. Oh, fuck, no, I screwed that up. Okay, hang on, let's go back around. I think we can just get back to where we were. Power World? No. Oops. Not interested in the slightest. Oh, can we go this way? Hey, honestly, I think I'm done. I think I'm going to play Splatoon 2. 3, excuse me. Yeah, I've been playing this and, like, Splatoon 3. Like, I checked my time on Splatoon 3, and I have, like, 45 hours on it now. I think last time I played it, I was at 40, so... Like, Pikmin 1 is at 40 on Switch. Like, I've been playing so many of these games so much, it's crazy. Like, Pikmin 1 has been, like, endlessly fun for me. Like, I've been trying to, like, learn speedrunning tricks and stuff like that. I've been getting better, but, like, I don't know, there's something... Like, I feel like all the best ways to play are with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. That's how I would play, but that is the one version of the game I don't have access to. Like, that's what I would want to do, but, like, yeah, I'm stuck with the Wii controller, with the Pro controller right now. Wii controller, what am I talking about? Like, I've been having so much fun playing Pikmin 3, Pikmin 1. Like, so much fun. 40 hours into it on this re-release. And, like, yeah, I've been trying to cut my time down to less than 10 days. And I might be able to do it now. Lately, I've been, like, preoccupied with trying to get, like, a 2-day Forest of Hope. And I cannot do it for the life of me. It's so frustrating. Like, I can't get the bridge built in time, and I can't get that, like, the extraordinary bolts, and, like, I'm all over the place all the time with all of that. It's so frustrating. Like, I've seen, like, how speedrunners do it. Like, the last one I saw, like, use that pellet at the beginning to, like, glitch his way up the wall, like, out of bounds, and then just, like, went straight for the yellow Pikmin pellet and the onion, and then just spawn, like, yellow Pikmin immediately. It was, like, the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And, like, I don't think I'll ever be able to do that. Like, I don't know. Whenever I see... Like, I've seen object manipulation in Pikmin 1, like, plenty of times in speedruns. I've been watching Pikmin 1 speedruns. And, like, I just don't understand how it works. Like, you have to kill enemies in specific ways to get objects, like, in specific positions to push things. Like, it's unbelievable, like, the things that people do sometimes. Like, I just don't... Oof, it's so frustrating. Baldur's Gate 3? I don't think so. Nobody's talking about Baldur's Gate 3 anymore. Unless it's about how Power World is better. I don't know. That's definitely one of the good things about Power World is that, like, it kind of exposed the whole Steam player count thing as being a complete sham. Like, I kind of hope that's what this results in, is that people start, like, mocking the Steam player count thing. Like, going forward, every time, like, people try to pull this stuff, oh, Power World is more popular. Like, I hope that's the default for a long time. Especially after Power World, like, gets shut down. Which I think 100% is going to happen. Because they stole a bunch of assets. Like, that's not even, like, disputable at this point. Like, they did do that. Yeah, it'd be nice to see, like, the Pokemon Company formally announce a lawsuit. But I don't know. They probably have to, like, look at the assets and, like, make up, like, get an idea of what they did or whatever. like how they were stolen, because they like adjusted the models a little bit. They like added extra ears to Vulpix and stuff like that. Oops. Yeah, I'm doing Grisco and getting wrecked. I hate it when like they take out 3 guys at once. It's so frustrating. Ah, damn it! Really, really. Wow, I hate it when we lose on wave 1. I hate it. I mean, it's probably better than Baldur's Gate 3, right? I think that's safe to say. Like, I don't know. Like, should I play Power World if it comes to Switch? I don't think it will, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't end up playing Temzone. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what it's like. I just don't. I don't. I've never played one of those like generic PC like crafting games, so I don't think I'm sick of them yet. Like I don't know. Like maybe they're not fun. I don't know. I like Dragon Quest Builders just fine. So I don't know. Like I was wondering if there was a better game like it on Switch. And I don't know. I can't think of any. So I don't know. It's probably like a Stardew Valley situation where the game itself like can't really compete in its genre, but people like hype it up because like it kind of rode off a trend or whatever. Okay, yeah, Splatoon is so much fun. I can't get over this. I was kind of harsh to this game like a while back, but playing it again, the more I play it, the more I realize just how much I love it. I don't know. Like next time, I think I'm gonna be a bit more fair to the game. I don't know. I was defending the game like right from the get go. I think when I made my negative video, I was kind of like trashing it a little bit because it felt like they had done enough differently from Splatoon 2. But I don't. I think the updates are where like the major changes came from. So that's kind of interesting to think about that they just kept adding content after release and most people don't know that if you like drop the game like right away. Okay. Yeah, I probably should just do Black Cat shows if I wanna be doing gameplay streams. But I guess I'm just talking about whatever for like an hour before I go to bed. I guess it's nice to just kind of chill and talk about things. Yeah, American Evil is going really well. I need to get those pre-orders numbers up. Like I don't know how best to go about like getting people to buy it at this stage. I don't know. Like I feel like I'm not ready. I don't like promoting books until they're 100% done. And for American Evil, I've been trying to get some promotion done, like in the earlier stages. But it's just like I don't know. It's so frustrating. Like so many things have like changed. Like I keep talking about like early stuff that like nobody cares about. Like oh, originally Ellen Wee was gonna be Americans Love It. Like who's Ellen Wee? Like the audience is asking. Like I noticed people keep asking about Soleil specifically because she really does come off. Like I feel like she is the fan favorite character because I've always seen people like comment about her presence specifically. Um, which I find interesting. She might be the most popular character in the Codyverse right now, which I'm happy to say. Like, I prefer Amaris, but I can see why most of the fans like Soleil more, for sure. And she's probably going to remain a prevalent character in the Codyverse for quite some time. I don't have any future plans for her yet, but yeah, we'll probably see her again. I don't know. One of the things I had to do for American Evil was that like I kept wanting to bring characters back. That's actually kind of what I was going into like earlier today. I was making all these plans like oh yeah we're gonna have Charlotte Harker, we're gonna have this. Like I was like making all these big like things and I don't know. Like it felt like it was getting too bloated and convoluted, so I decided to like cut back on a lot of that. and focus on like the characters that were created for American Evil. I don't know. It just feels like I keep wanting to tie everything together, and just doesn't feel like it's the right time for that yet. I guess. I hear ya. ASMR e-girls. I'll probably just have an AI do it. Uh, yeah, honestly, I was thinking about doing that for the older books too. Get them on Audible. I still have not done that. I don't know. I've been like so busy actually writing books. I don't know. It's gonna be a while before the audiobooks come out. I think. Oops. Oops. I don't know. I'm not sure like any ASMR artist I would trust to do it. I don't know. I wouldn't want any of them like associated with my brand. I just don't trust them at all. And I shouldn't. I shouldn't get into this mindset. Oops. There we go. Hmm. Yeah, I think next. Yeah, after American Evil, I'm 100% working on the next project. I already have it. Like I actually started writing it. It's not going to be as long as American Evil. So like I'm optimistic I might be able to get it done as early as like next year, like early next year. Of course, I haven't started it yet. Started reproduction. Well, it's been a while since I worked on it. Is what I'm trying to say. But I don't think it's not going to be as long for sure. And I'm curious if it's going to be like a step above like most of my other projects. I don't see it being as good as American Evil. But we'll see. Did we actually win? Like I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy talking books. Yeah, we did. Okay. The merchandising rights. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I could probably. I mean, I was talking about merchandising like last stream. I can do it now. Like I have like the capability to. Like the issue is that I just don't have a good artist. I don't have like iconic character designs that are like 100% like in line with like what I want to do. Like I just don't. I just don't have. Like I would. I think the instant I get like a design with Soleil and Amara's like I think that's all I'm gonna need. Like to get started. I think those are my most iconic characters at the moment. Well, I mean, I'm RSU for the wrong reasons because I won't shut up about how much I like her. But yeah, Soleil is like legit popular, so we'll see. And that's why she's on like the cover of American Evil. Like why I try to like AI generate what she might look like. I don't know. I really need a new. I really need a real artist. I really do. Hopefully, AI advances to the point where I can just do what I want without having to worry about that. But like, I don't know. I like the cover personally. I don't know what everyone else thinks about it. Like everyone else is making fun of me for using AI, but I kind of like it honestly. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to American Evil's release. I think it's gonna be great. At the very least, I confirmed this today. It's already my longest book at 113,000 words right now. I expect it's gonna reach like 150,000 or something like that. Maybe a little bit lower than that, but we'll see. I mean, I'll have to cut it down after finishing it for sure. I think there's a lot of bloat, and I think like a lot of things that happen in it don't really matter. But But I need to like get some editing done for sure. That's what I've been thinking about lately. Is just editing stuff. It's just like what the edit is gonna look like. But yeah, it'll be done soon. It's releasing October 1st. Please pre-order it now. Links are in the description. Okay. At least they should be. Oh wait, no, they're not, are they? I don't think I updated that. Oops. Okay, look at like I don't know, another video and see if you can find them. I forgot to update them. Ah, damn it. I hate that. Like, how do you do that thing where like all your links are in like? I'll have to figure that out. Like, I think everybody else has this thing where like all of their relevant links just get like automatically posted, but I had to keep doing it manually, and it's so frustrating. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that checked out. Okay. Risco is so much fun. Like this mode does not get enough credit. Like people like DSP who like try writing it off. Oh, it's just a horde mode. Yeah, it's the best horde mode there is. Shut up. Writing tube like I haven't been interacting with them much. I don't know. Like I feel like I have nothing to contribute to them. Like I feel like I don't read enough, and I'm not an established enough writer. Like, I haven't been interacting with them at all. Like, my opinion of them is that they're, like, way nicer than the gaming community. Like, they don't spurg out at you for saying certain things like the gaming community does. Yeah, I think you're going to see a big difference between, like, my relationship with writing and booktube compared to the gaming community. I mean, I think that's kind of already obvious, but... I mean, like, people were making fun of, like, my public fanfiction account the other day. Like, that guy who was talking about, like, domestic Edelgard, which I did write. Like, he was, like, trying to make fun of it. And I'm just like, yeah, that was pretty well received. Oops. He's trying to make fun of, what was the other one he made fun of? Yeah, like, For the Greater Good, the Harry Potter, James Bond crossover where Bond is, like, Hermione's father. Like, yeah, that was very well received. Like, the Spy Family one is one of the most popular Spy Family fics there is, to my knowledge. It was at one point. I don't know if that's still true. But, like, yeah, I'm doing really well in that community. Like, I have a very dedicated fan base. Like, people are always asking me, like, oh, when's King of the Pirates going to update? When's Rumble going to update? Like, damn it. Oops. Yeah, I definitely want to, like, start doing more Nintendo stuff. For sure. Because, like, now that it's public, I feel like I kind of have to. Like, I did, like, I did a Metroid Prime one, and I did a Harvest Moon 64 Zelda one. Which I really liked. Oh, and there's a No More Heroes one as well. Where, like, Margaret dies. Oops. Oh, here we go. Oops. So yeah, like it's more like niche stuff, but the idea is to like make people realize just that I do produce good stuff without having to pay for it. Is like kind of my mindset on that. Oops. Yeah, I haven't been talking about it a lot because I don't know. I didn't want to bring it up myself, but yeah, now that someone's like come on the stream and talked about it, yeah, I might start talking about that stuff more openly. Oops. Oh. Oops, there we go. Oh, here we go. Oops. Oh, here we go. Oh, fuck. I mean, I made the decision to make the that account public a while ago. So it's not like that guy coming on here and like exposing me really did anything, but it's like, oops. 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 Here we go. I don't even know what he was trying to prove. Like, oh, you have an account. You've written fan fiction. Like, yeah, I have. It's fun. Fuck you. Here we go. Oops. Oh, it's the final wave. Excellent. Got it. What? Well, she dies in the game. That's the point. It's about her background and how, like, what she was thinking when she died. Like, like I did it because I love Margaret. I love her. But she left us too soon. Like, I love Margaret so much. I named, like, one of the characters in Eye of the Dragon after her. Margaret Meyer is heavily modeled after and named after Margaret Moonlight. I've confirmed this before. And, like, you know, just like Margaret Moonlight, Margaret Meyer is taken from us too soon. Like, I'm legit still thinking about bringing her back and, like, doing, like... I was always planning on, like, doing prequels where she's, like, more prominent and she's, like, able to do more stuff without getting, like, axed off in the most embarrassing way possible. But, like... I never got around to it. Like, everything I've written after... Is Eye of the Dragon the earliest one in the timeline so far? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, okay, yeah. Eye of the Dragon is 2009. Cruel and Beautiful is 2016. American Evil is 2020. Fuck. Let me look at my timeline. I have it. I have the timeline set up. What the fuck is my timeline? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, 2009, Eye of the Dragon. 2010, Jaw of the Dragon. 2012, Heart of the Dragon. 2015, Lauren Frey Begins. So yeah, that's June 2015. Well, May 30th, 2015. American Ninja 2017. Oh, no. Cruel and Beautiful was 2018. Okay. That's interesting. I thought it was 2016. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't even have American Evil on here yet. I need to keep this shit updated. I feel like, wait, has any of this changed? Is this contradictory? Hang on, yeah, I'll have to... Yeah, I gotta keep this stuff updated. Like, I used to have a character list of, like, of birthdays and stuff like that I haven't been updating lately. I really gotta get back on that. I just don't. Yeah, Heart of the Dragon is 100% not starting in 2012. That's wrong. Like, it starts immediately after Jaw. Yeah, that's changed for sure. I'll have to look at this list again. I'm just like, wait a minute, what? Is this list, like, wrong? Okay. I'll have to think about this. Okay. Not that it's a big deal, but... Yeah, I swear, like, I had... Cruel and Beautiful was 2016, but yeah, it's 2018. Okay. I swear it was 2016. Like, I keep forgetting critical details about Cruel and Beautiful. Like, I started American Evil with, like, the impression that, like, Soleil was an only child. But then I read, like, Cruel and Beautiful again and remembered that, like, she has an older brother. But I just completely forgot he existed. He doesn't even have a name. And, well... Yeah, I keep giving him a name, and then I keep forgetting to write it down, so I keep giving him a new one. Ugh. Yeah, so that's why I don't... that's why I don't remember that character very well. But I do remember he exists, so... you gotta be kidding me. Really? A pay cut? Okay, let's play some Splatfest. Let's play some... I always switch between, like, Grizzco and... the main game. I never just focus on one. Like, I always get bored and switch. Yeah, it's going really well, thank you. Yeah, Soleil's, like, background is actually pretty fleshed out in general. But, like, for some reason, that specific aspect of it, like, completely slipped my mind. I have no idea. I don't know. I think it's like in general, like I think it's gone through a little bit of changes since then. Like I think originally, well, she's still French. Like she'll always be French, but like I think originally it had this idea that like she travels all over the world to fight Amara's you. But like in American Evil, like it emphasizes that like she spends a lot of her time in America. And I guess that makes sense. But like I don't know, that's not originally what I had in mind. Here we go. I mean, she still considers herself French though. Here we go. I mean, I suppose she's technically an American citizen now, but she would have a dual citizenship, right, if she married an American. Here goes. Which is what she does. Oops. Oops. Blaster Master Zero is like one of the best remake trilogies on Switch. It is so good. It's criminal that like more people don't talk about them. Like I've only played the first two, and I never got the real ending of the second one. I own the third, but I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. They're so good. Like it's so deplorable how people don't talk about how good those games are. Like I wish they got more attention. They're so good. Wait, where are we? Okay, this is Rainmaker, right? Yeah, maybe I should have just set up a stream. I don't know. I kind of like just chilling and talking about whatever. Let's see. Yep. I don't know. Like I'm reading Cruel and Beautiful again to make sure like 100% of my Soleil facts are up to date, and I think they are, but like I don't know. I'll have to like. I mean, I'm definitely checking on my notes to make sure everything is consistent and stuff like that. I don't know if I fucked up the timeline, which I don't think I did. Oops. I mean, it's easily fixable if I did, but oops. Like I already made like one minor change to the timeline. Like originally, like it was supposed to be like 10 years before they go back and like fight the Ignis or whatever. But like yeah, I cut it down to 7. I just decided that like the characters were too young. Like originally they're like you can see this in like the beta draft I posted on the website that like the characters are 10. I'm 100% gonna up that up to 13, just because of like what I'm gonna have them be doing and stuff like that. Like 10 feels a little bit too young to me. Oops. Yeah, like the games do not get enough credit for like the story and like it feels like an anime. It's so good. Oops. Ah, shit. Like, I think, yeah, I think Blaster Master Zero is one of, like, the best games on Switch, personally. Like, I just think, like, that is some of the most fun I had with, like, a game in the early Switch launch period. Like, other than, like, Breath of the Wild, like, I think it was, like, one of the best games in that, like, first month. And, like, not enough people give it credit. Like, in general, I don't think people talk enough about, like, indie creates. Like, I'm always seeing people complain about them. But, like, they're probably the best, like, old-school style developer there is, to be completely bluntly honest with you. But hang on. Wait, where am I going? Is I going the wrong way? I think I went back like a dipshit. How do I not know where to carry the Rainmaker? Well, I deliberately don't carry it much, so I guess... That was weird. I guess I took it the wrong way, and that's why like there was nobody around. Wow, I lost it for everyone, I think. Wow, that's an epic fail on my part. Yeah, I bet my team is pissed at that. Look at this Squiddo not knowing how to play the game. Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yeah, Three Houses is up there as well. It's gonna be interesting, like seeing what my like all time favorite games are gonna be on the console. Because I think it's gonna be rough personally. Like I can't even decide between like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Like I've been playing both. Like I played Breath of the Wild immediately after finishing Tears, and like it's shocking how different those games are. Like it really is. So I'm gonna have a hard time putting like choosing one over the other. Like I think Tears is better, but like Breath of the Wild had that like has that really like just epic. Like it's just such a jump for the series. It's just so hard to write off. I don't know. I feel kind of the same way about Engage. It's like way better than Three Houses, but I really prefer Three Houses. For reasons. I mean, this is coming from the guy who just admitted that he wrote Domestic Edelgard. Yeah, like I love the characters of Fire Emblem. So, oops. Yeah, I love Three Houses. Like I think it is gonna go down as like one of my favorite Switch games personally. I don't know, like I don't know. I'll have to look through my collection. I'll be looking through like my most played list for sure. I think that's all I'm gonna do. Like to be honest, is just go to my tab and just look at my most played games list. So it's gonna be like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Dragon Quest XI, Hollow Knight. Let's see, what else? Probably Splatoon 3. Probably. I don't know. I can't imagine putting a Splatoon game on there. Like I love these games to death, but like I'm not crazy about them just because I don't like online shooters that much. It's weird. Like I think these games are top tier for what they are, but like I'm just not a big shooter fan in general. I mean, I like that Nintendo's putting these out and that they're as good as they are, but ooh, this is gonna be my last round. It's almost 9. Yeah, the stream is almost over. Yeah, we're gonna have to call it quits soon. Yeah, great stream though. Yeah, surprised how well this worked. I legit was not sure how this stream was gonna go because I didn't know what I was gonna talk about. I guess I could just like boot the stream up and talk about whatever. You know, I talked a little bit about American Evil today. Talked a little bit about what was going on with me. Talked a little bit about lore stuff. I might have made up a continuity error. We'll see. I mean, like, if it was a continuity error, it'll be between like Cruel and Beautiful and American Evil, which has not been published. So it should be easily correctable, if that's true. Yeah, you too. Super Robot Wars? No, I've never. I haven't really been interested in mecha traditionally. Like, I want to get into it, like, desperately after playing 13 Sentinels, but yeah, I just haven't seen anything else I've liked. I don't know, man. Like, I might try my hand. I don't know. I'm so unfamiliar with mecha. It's like, it's one of those genres that, like, I don't think I would be able to write myself. But again, like, thinking that makes me kind of want to try it, you know? Like, I like doing things I'm not sure I can do, so. I don't know. That's been my thinking, is that, like, I want more 13 Sentinels. Like, that's all I want, and I don't think any other mecha series really fulfills that need for me. Yeah, it's really frustrating. Like, Unicorn Overlord in general is really interesting because I think fantasy strategy RPGs are a lot more dime a dozen, and it's something I'm a lot more into and understand better. So, I don't know. Like, Unicorn Overlord is going to be interesting to see if it can compete with Fire Emblem or not. And I think it is, going by what I've seen. Like, going by what I've seen, it looks, like, phenomenal, but I don't know, we'll see. It hasn't come out yet, so. Oh, really? Okay. I might check that out then. Okay. I've heard of this series before. I don't know. I bought Yggdra Union recently because I heard about it, like, on Nintendo Power. Like, it's one of those niche games that people talked about. And I could not stand it at all. Like, I was, like, really upset with how bad it was. So, like, this game has fans? Like, really? Like, I was really upset with that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out, but maybe not. Like, I'm kind of swamped with games in general. Like, I was saying, like, I think earlier today that Splatoon 3 could legit carry the Switch for me for, like, the rest of the generation. It's legit that good. Like, if they stop releasing games entirely, Like, I could just, like, yeah, I could just play Splatoon 3 forever. But, I mean, that's not going to happen, fortunately. But, I don't know. It does kind of feel like a lot of these games are, like, so big that, like, nobody really gets the full experience out of them. Like, how long does it take to get, like, to master Splatoon, to get everything in it, to get all the weapons, to, like, know the meta and, like, absolutely control everything? Like, it would take, like, hundreds of hours of gameplay, I think. And, most people are never going to invest that much time. Like, I have never put over 100 hours into a Splatoon game. Like, Splatoon 2 was like 75 or something. Like, I suppose if I go back to it and, like, try to get 100, I could easily do it. But, yeah, I just was not playing Splatoon 3 a lot when it came out, so. Like, I don't think I really started liking the game until, until the DLC dropped. Yeah, Splatoon 3 is, like, the most I've ever played the multiplayer in these games, I think. For sure. And there's a good reason for that. I was really struggling between, like, 2015 and 2017, so this is the first time I've been, like, relatively stable for a Splatoon release, so. I mean, there's a reason I've been playing this game more than others. Yeah, I don't think it'll be much longer until I eclipse my total playtime in Splatoon 2. Like, Splatoon 2, again, only 75 hours. That is unusually low for a Splatoon fan. Like, most people I've talked to, like, say they put, like, hundreds of hours into it, or, like, 1,000. I don't play anywhere near that much. And I don't know. I think I'm fine with how much time I put into these games. Like, I mostly like the single player, actually. I mean, that's kind of what I lean to, what I care about, but fuck that up. Oh, really? Wow, good for you. I just finished the first one. Was it? Yeah, this weekend? It was, yeah, Friday night, wasn't it? Friday morning? Saturday morning. Yeah, I finished it, like, a couple of days ago. The first one. And I don't know, I liked it for what it was. I felt like it kind of ended kind of suddenly, and, like, the setup for, like, the second game was kind of like, what? Like, the dad leaves again? Are you kidding me? Like, it all felt, like, kind of contrived. Like, really? I don't know. I wasn't crazy about the ending to the first game ever, but I don't know. Like, I don't know if Sing ever managed to, like, master, like, the visual novel style they were going for. Because I kind of felt the same way about Hotel Dusk, where, like, it's just kind of like, okay, it has a unique gameplay style. Like, I like the presentation. Like, they're doing something unique here, but at the same time, it's like, it just doesn't feel like it all comes together. You know what I mean? The way, like, Ace Attorney did, like, towards the end. Yeah, I still think Ace Attorney is, like, the premier example of what, like, a visual novel mystery solving game should be. Like, I've never seen anything come even close to what Trials and Tribulations accomplishes. I think Ace Attorney 6 comes close, but I mean, at least I think that it's been like 8 years since I played Ace Attorney 6. I really need to go back to it. I was just thinking how, like, I barely remember it now because it's been so long. Same with, like, 5. Like, I really got to go back and play Ace Attorney. Yeah, that should be the priority. You know, we gotta play those games. Like, I stopped on, like, Turnabout Big Top, which I specifically did not want to do because I really don't understand. Oh, well, am I still playing? No, I'm supposed to stop. I need to stop now. Okay, fuck. Okay. Damn it. I forgot I was going to end the stream. I was having so much fun. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, we're playing more Splatoon. One more mount. Okay. Damn it. Okay. I have to stop. Yeah, and I can't just, like, shut it off now because the match started. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to drop the team now. Okay. Wait, where the fuck am I going? Wait. One or more players disconnected. Oh, okay. Thankfully. Okay, now we're going to close the game and not play anymore because I have a life and I need to get back to Normal everyday routine. Yeah, I had so much fun today. Like doing the Ricada thing, doing the stream, doing like the writing, and now I had to go back to my man. The weekends are so great, and darn it, they always come to an end. And this is it. This is how my weekend ends, with like a random disconnect. All right. Yeah, I think the map's rotating too. So, all right, all right. I'll. Any last questions for me? Because I'm definitely going to sign off. Sign off now. I still haven't taken my melatonin. Yeah, I probably should have made a review for like Trace Memory. I think I am gonna wait until I finish the sequel. Yeah, we're gonna get started on the sequel tomorrow. Next week. We're gonna play some more Hitman for sure. I played a little bit of Hitman tonight. Didn't beat the level, but I messed around with it a bit. I think that once I start to understand how the game works, I'm gonna really enjoy it. I am shocked by how much fun I'm having just randomly walking around in Hitman trying to figure out like all the things I can do. I've been pushing guards over railings, stealing their disguises, learning how like the guard system works. They have like a VIP guard for the house as opposed to like the typical like outdoorsy guard, right? Like it's so cool and interesting. I wish I was better at like wrapping my head around like the logistics of like how the game works, but I kind of like that about it. How you have to kind of like figure things out for yourself. I really enjoy that the game seems to respect your intelligence. But of course, I'm not very smart, so I've been struggling with it. I'm not good at stealth games. Like I'm really not. Yeah, Apollo. Yeah, Apollo came out on a Switch as well. I didn't buy it because I never finished the first trilogy on Switch. So yeah, the instant I finish that, I am buying the Apollo collection and I am playing them. And I'm actually more excited for those because I've only played each of them once. I don't know what it is, but I never played Apollo Justice more than once. Never played Dual Destinies more than once. Never played Spirit of Justice more than once. And I like them all to my recollection, especially the sixth one. I think Apollo Justice is probably the weakest. I remember people complaining about 5 when it first came out, Dual Destinies, but I don't know. I'm curious if like I'm gonna feel the same way when I go back to it. Because I remember liking it just fine when I played it. I liked it more than 4. And I remember being confused by the backlash, and I thought I would go back and play through it again, and I never got around to it. I don't know why. It's been sitting on my 3DS forever. Like, I re-downloaded it so I could play it again, and I just never got around to it. Never. But yeah, I love Ace Attorney in general, so I'm really excited for to play the games again, and I think they confirmed that they're going to be announcing new games soon, so that'll be interesting. I mean, at the very least, we need to get like Investigations over, like a re-release of Investigations with the sequel, right? I don't know, like they could do more spin-off stuff. Like I don't know, like in general, Ace Attorney really needs to step up its game because I don't think we've gotten anything since the Great Ace Attorney, which was trash. Like even Danganronpa is better than like Herlock Sholmes and his adventure. Like why did they not wait until like the expiration, like the copyright expired, and they could just actually have Sherlock Holmes? Like why didn't they wait like 3 years? Like that's crazy to me. It might be the last project ever, like that I can think of that actually had to do the whole Herlock Sholmes thing. Like what were they thinking? Like, that in and of itself was stupid. Right? Like, really? Like, I don't know how, like, the second game ends. Like, my understanding is that it's really, really dumb. Going by, like, what everyone said. Like, I hated the first game. And, like, what I played in the second game, it's even worse. Well, I kind of liked, fuck, what is her name? the girl like being the defense attorney. That was charming, but like yeah, everything else about the cases and the characters and like no, it is the absolute worst. I have no idea how they dropped the ball so hard. Like none. I was so looking forward to that game, and it was such a disaster. Like legit, real talk. I think those are like the worst games in the series, like bar none. Like none of them have made me upset. Like made me as upset as that. Like no, not Turnabout Big Top, not like not Dual Destinies, not like the Rakugo case in Spirit of Justice. Like nothing is as bad as the Great Ace Attorney. Like the worst Switch game. Uh, there are a lot of bad ones. Hmm. I guess we could check. Uh, the worst Switch game. I can't think of anything. I'm sure that there's definitely a lot of stuff. Um, but yeah, the worst game on the console. I guess I could look through my thing real quick. I know it's yeah. You're making me turn the console back on when I really shouldn't be doing that. But okay. Worst Switch game. Okay, Tropical Freeze, Another Code, Portal 2, Metal Gear Solid. We gotta play that too. Klonoa, Resident Evil 4. Yeah, these are all good games. Let's see. No More Heroes. The worst game on Switch. Fortnite? That's the closest I could come up with off the top of my head. Okay, Mario Wonder, SteamWorld Dig, Cuphead. Let's see, Castlevania, Mega Man X, Castlevania, no. Yeast 9? No. No More Heroes 2? No. Blue Fire, Persona 5, Tunic, Contra, Breath of the Wild, Ghost Trick. We gotta finish Ghost Trick too, damn. We are way behind on our Capcom visual novels. Okay. River City Girls 0, Pokemon TV. Pac-Man 99, Mega Man Battle Network. That's another game we need to go back to. Let's see. Dark Souls. Yeah, I guess the really bad stuff is really buried deep down in there. I don't know, everything I'm seeing is good. Let's see. Omen Sight is underrated. Neon White, yeah, Kino. House and Fata Morgana, Kino. I need to play Moon too, damn. Let's see. Star Ocean. I'd like to play through that one of these days. They released a sequel and I didn't get it because I never finished the original. Okay, Dragon Quest 11. Avery Attorney. I really need to play that. The worst game on Switch. I don't want to single out one game. I can't think of anything that sticks out to me as being the worst. Uh, yeah, I can't think of anything. That's weird. Yeah, I I think there's really only one thing I'm willing to put forward as the absolute worst game on Nintendo Switch. You may have noticed that I have this on my catalog, and it's kind of embarrassing that I bought this, but yeah, I'm gonna say Cobra Kai: The Karate Kid Saga Continues is the worst game on Nintendo Switch, right? I knew it was gonna be bad, and we all knew it was gonna be bad, but I'm such a fanboy for Cobra Kai that I just bought it for like $8 on sale just to see what it was like, and it's this really basic beat 'em up shovelware game, right? Really, really basic, and it's just terrible. There's nothing good about it at all. I can't think of anything else I've bought that's like as frustrating as that, because I would have loved like a Persona game where you play as Miguel and you get like a good girlfriend and you like shit all over like Sam or whatever, beat the shit out of Robbie. Like that would have been so cool if you could do that. But no, it's just like a terrible shovelware license game. Ugh, it's ridiculous. All right, SOK Heroines. Hey, whoa. That game is not bad because they turned Best Girl Nakaruru into a vampire. So for that reason alone, SOK Heroines is not that bad. Will I ever go back to Rain Code? I am upset that they tried to present one of the characters as being non-binary, or like specifically, is it a boy or a girl? Like, bro, like fuck off with this bullshit. Like, this is like one of those things where I'm just like, no. Oh, but like it's a mystery though. No, like come on, it's not a mystery. I think I saw on 4chan the other day that like someone managed to definitively prove that like Juniper was the whole like Juniper was non-binary in the code thing was like a complete hoax, which I think is really typical from these people, because like they pulled the same trick with like Bayonetta being a lesbian. They like just pulled that out of their ass and then just like made up interviews like from the Japanese side of things and like made up fan fiction about how like Mari Shimazaki like shipped them together or something. And she created Bayonetta, so like her word supersedes Kamiya's. Like it was just so dumb. And I think you're gonna see this with like Splatoon 3 as well. Like I noticed that a lot of SJW YouTubers like push the idea that like Pearl and Marina are in a lesbian relationship, which is clearly not what they're going for at this stage. But yeah, like that's gonna be the next controversy. I think is when that gets proven to not be the case. that'll be interesting. Assuming that happens, like I suppose it's possible Nintendo could cuck and like make it happen, but I don't see that happening. Like especially now that like Pearl and Marina don't feel like they're particularly popular Splatoon characters. Like it feels like they've been left behind with Deep Cut. Like I would say like Shiver is my favorite idol ever for sure. Like I'm not sure about how I feel about the band as a whole, but I love Shiver. Yeah, I gotta get going for sure. I definitely yeah. I'll try like coming back to streaming again. I'll try coming back to LeeLive tomorrow, but for now I really need some rest. So I will see you all next time. Thank you. I went too late.